position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Texas Longhorns, taking on another SEC rival, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. He'll start the return inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So Texas's offense will go to work first. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Back to pass, it's Manning. Fires to the right. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? Guys, the levels of hype and impatience awaiting the arrival of Arch Manning pretty much unsustainable over the last couple of years. Meanwhile, Quinn Ewers was pretty doggone good. But Arch is pretty deserving of all of this attention, I'd say, Jesse.
He's very, very talented. That jumps off the film when you watch him. You can see why he was so highly regarded coming out of high school. You can see why Texas fans are so impatient to finally watch what he does this year. Now, it's one thing to do it against Louisiana Monroe. It's one thing to do it against UTSA and Mississippi State. Can he do it against the Georgias? Can he do it against the big boys in the SEC on a consistent basis? We can't wait to find out.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Wingo. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
With the catch, it's Wingo. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. He wants to throw it again. Looking to the big tight end. Got a wide open receiver. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
The Longhorns with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's Winston. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
The Longhorns had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Caught in the backfield, it's Moore. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple points.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Back to pass, it's Manning. Gets it out quickly. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Longhorns!
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Hawkins. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Florida's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both.
There he goes. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
That's a really good-looking run. I tell you, it's not easy to start at the running back position for the Florida Gators. When you think of where they can recruit in the state of Florida and really nationally, they've got a lot of the best around the country in high school wanting to come play here. So it says a lot if you're RB1 in this offense, but this dude shows you why. Speed and playmaking ability all.
He unleashes a long one. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. Few teams improved over the second half of last season as much as Florida. And Jesse, the biggest reason, the play of the young quarterback, DJ Lagway.
He was just unflappable a year ago, Reese, as a true freshman. We saw that on the field, but even in my time sitting down and meeting with him, he just has a poise and a demeanor and a confidence that you don't see very often in college. This is a different type of dude, and they're expecting him to take the next level, and with that, this program carrying it on their shoulders.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Oh, they're after him. Rush is on him. He's going to run it. Those defenses were smelling blood, and the quarterback got down. Smart move.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
The Gators will punt it away on fourth down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks.
Man,
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
The Longhorns can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. Looking to throw, it's Manning. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
They booted away on fourth down. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. They'll run this play from the pistol. Wants to throw on first down. Fires on the move. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
Caught in the backfield. It's Brown. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. And the Gators have it with a 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on first down and 2nd and 5. Grabbed behind the line. It's Wilson.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Nice move there. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
The Gators back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He's got it on the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Throws to the tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Throws toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. On the run from inside his own 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Off to a good start here and back to work now. Breaks into the open. And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin cycle. My goodness.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. Power football with the run. Lowers those pads. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Hands it off. Got the 1st down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Longhorns' first season in the SEC was a rousing success and so close to even more with a late loss to Ohio State. Steve Sarkisian and the Horns have the expectations right where they want them.
You said expectations. Has there ever been more hype around a quarterback in Arch Manning since, I don't know, Tim Tebow? People are expecting so much out of this young quarterback. If he hits the ceiling, David, this is going to be a really tough team to beat.
And he showed you flashes a year ago when he filled in for Quinn Ewers, and I think those flashes were so great. And then Texas, man, this is a program that's on the rise. The last couple years, making it to the Final Four in the sport, they're ready to take that next step.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. He makes the catch. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now, and if they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
And the Longhorns are threatening on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Texas! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Abrams. The coverage team maintains its discipline, not much doing on that return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They might be feeling a little heat here as they've fallen into a 14-3 hole early.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They go to the ground.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill. And I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going. And as a result, he's going backwards. That's a big TFL for the defense.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He'll pull it down. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves, but that was really tough what he did. He put his body on the line to go pick up that first.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying to impose their will with the run. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
He'll keep it himself. Nice move to pick up yardage. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44, a big-time pickup on that one.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
When they've got him looking run, now to pass. That's caught. It's Hansen. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule, and what that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
The Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Looking downfield, it's Lagway. Grab near the sticks, it's Wilson. And they pick up the first down in what might be the last play here in the first quarter. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got it behind the line, it's ball. He goes out of bounds right at the 30, good pickup on that one. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design, it's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays, easy decision.
Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Lagway. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You could clearly tell that he wanted to throw the football and he wanted to go through the air and make a big play. Defense does a great job corralling him, getting some pressure, and most importantly, getting him on the ground.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
They'll send out the kicker here. Smashes it between the uprights. Now, there is a flag down on the play, but when you knock through a field goal from that distance and you're not going to get the first down, I think you just keep your points. You must protect the kicker when he's in a defenseless position like that. That penalty's going to give the offense a first down. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Working that left side now. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for space. It's Ball. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
Dropping back, it's Manning. Quickly to the tight end. Oh, what a cut! They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Looking to throw on first down. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. This time he's got it. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Off play action on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
That's a nice-looking catch on that play, and I know Texas is known for DBs, and they're known for having really good running backs. Not a lot of great receivers over the years. I'll tell you what, though, this guy has really showed up in this game. He's making plays, and I know they want to continue to build a legacy at this position here in this program.
Looking downfield on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
And the Longhorns in a good spot here with second and short. Hand off from the gun. Breaks the tackle. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Caught behind the line. It's Winston. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at second and 11. Off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious, he is open. Well, when he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
Dropping back, it's Manning. Fires to the wideout. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
What do you do now if you're the offense, right? After that incomplete fourth down, but you've driven the entire field. At this point, do you just say, we got to go for a touchdown, or do you just pay the drive off by kicking a field goal?
They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Never a doubt. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can end. He wants to go deep. Makes a grab on the shot. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Gator. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
Sometimes you see play action for teams that don't really even run the football. I love how they run the football, set it up, next play, take the big shot down the field. The receiver makes the play, makes the catch, and runs it into the end zone.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they close it to 17-10. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Time to take a shot. Finds a spot in the middle. He's loose. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Longhorns! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made the extra point without problem. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Abrams. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Paulo, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Using his legs, it's ball. Can't get him to the ground. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Wants to throw. It's Lagway. Hit as he throws. Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Well, the free safety's just sitting back there deep in cover 3. He's got zone. He's got middle field responsibility. Just watching the quarterback's eyes. He reads the throw, breaks on it. That's just too easy for him.
Here comes the Texas offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll send the back in motion. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good job by the defense being disciplined. They sneak the running back out. You see it. Keep outside leverage and go make us tackle in space on a guy that's used to breaking tackles, used to making plays.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Hand off from the shotgun. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit.
He's going for the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Gonna run it. It's Ball. Running to Green. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
They'll go to the counter play. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Mr. Two-Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. The Gators are flying down the field. Leaves it with the back. Trucks through the defender. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. Billy Napier fought his way off the hot seat last year as the Gators broke a 4-year bowl drought, something not seen since the mid-'80s in Gainesville, and this is a talented team with expectations.
They're riding a lot of momentum. You beat Ole Miss, you beat LSU to finish the season. You've got DJ Lagway back at quarterback, so there are a lot of people really excited in Gainesville for what these Gators might do.
And the schedule is incredibly challenging, but yet no longer the negativity. And now believing in Billy Napier, believing in Lagway, one of the most talented quarterbacks in the country. Interested to see how the Florida Gators look this year.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to throw, it's Lagway. Fires to the wideout. That's reeled in, it's Sturdivant. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the first down marker is. I got to get a big gain, got to get that first down. Nice job, great nose for the first down.
They'll go to the ground. Hard running there. Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
Trying to run, it's Jackson. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. The Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Trying to get it to the marker. Runs through the tackle. Got enough space. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
I know there's a lot of play callers that would try to throw the football there on 4th and 2, but they decided to run it, and that was a great call. First down.
And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. Makes the grab. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
When offense starts to get inside the 5, defensively, I get more and more aggressive. I get closer and closer to my guy. I got to understand that ball comes out, and it's tight windows. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
Buys a little extra time. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Florida!
Man, you just know that offense, they needed that touchdown to try to build some momentum. Hasn't really been going great early in this game, but a nice job being physical at the point of attack and pay it off with the score. And maybe that's just the play they needed to turn this thing around.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker on for the extra point.
And the extra point. They're now down 31. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Finds his big tight end. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end.
Oh, he's got some space. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
To throw, it's Manning. Quick strike complete. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Longhorns with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Now on the counter. Plows through the defense. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
And on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
They'll immediately call timeout. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. They've already put 1 field goal on the board. This one will need to be well struck from 44 yards out. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there in Gainesville so far. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. 2 workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. And with that, let's send it back to our men in the swamp.
The Longhorns will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. It's like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively, and you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Dropping back, it's Lagway. Makes the grab, it's Wilson. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed to rock it. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I just love the individual one-on-one effort by the defense there. Offense trying to go option, QB keeps it, but just too many defenders winning their one-on-one battles, defeating blocks, and getting the tackle for loss.
And the Gators have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And this is one of the things that makes this defense so tricky is they've got incredible speed at the inside linebacker position. Not only can they go sideline to sideline and run east-west, but they can run downhill on blitzes, and they can get to your quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Gonna take a shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
The Gators will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Catches it cleanly at the 20. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Off the play fake on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the 2nd level of that defense just for a second. It allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield and created the negative play.
The Longhorns line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. Pulls and fired complete. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there, but we're not giving up the 1st down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
Punt is on its way. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Fires to the right. Pulls it in. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
To the air on 1st down. He's going to take off. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens. He can get outside, can scramble, and can get 1st downs.
The Gators getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
It doesn't matter who it is, receivers, in this case, a tight end. You get open, you sometimes start to look at that green space in front of you, and you just take your eye off the football, lose your concentration a little bit, and miss that opportunity for possibly a big play.
Looking for room. It's Ball. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He'll be stopped.